you beg him not only to thump you down, but to choke you out cause you're into that kinky shit. When you beg him not only to thump you down, but to choke you out cause you're into that kinky shit.
Handcuffed to the master, guys. Welcome back to another, the second reaction video of this year, Mystelics reaction. Guys, don't forget to check out the first one in the previous one in the first comment in the comment box below, guys. And with that said, guys, big up the Mystelics YouTube family for definitely tuning into another reaction video. I just hit my hand there. But of course, with that said, guys, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that. Click the thumbs up and right there, guys. I take up. Don't worry about my kind of crazy. Ragamuffin you twist and bone and strong. Anyways, guys, click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that. And of course, don't comments are there. New comments are there. Big about yourself as well for definitely tuning into this year reaction video, guys. Don't forget to definitely click the subscribe button so you can get the vibrations when I tend to drop them. You'll be notified when I drop my videos right there. And then, guys, definitely do that vibrations one time. Boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, bing. Subscribe, click the bell, and then click all. And we get pretty much notified when I drop my videos right there, guys. Like I said before, click the thumbs up button as well. The new comments can definitely do this. And of course, we're going to be reacting to Antigua, guys. Antigua elections is coming up. And of course, there have been some rather interesting stuff going on. And of course, I had to definitely drop it to you guys right there. I actually got this video a bit earlier on. A number of persons were telling me different angles. So I actually have two angles in this regard. Let us check out what was going on. So this is Gaston Brown there. And ASOT Michael. ASCOT or ASOT, whatever is his name. I think he's an independent candidate. I believe that ASOT was on the Gaston Brown. I can't remember. There was some sort of squabble problem that they had last time. And I think Gaston was trying to take him out from the red group. And I think as a result of that, ASOT went on to independent. Guys, I could be wrong in this. But I remember there's some sort of incident that took place between them. And ASOT was like, I think Gaston was trying to like scare them. When Scary does decide, okay, you know what? I want you to come out from representing these people. Let me put somebody else to represent the people and have the people voting for the very people. Not that they which would put them there, you know. But because the Prime Minister put them there in Dominica that happening. The Prime Minister put them there and then the people have to vote for who the Prime Minister put to represent them. That is craziness right there. So ASOT says all is apparently you the people vote for in the constituency. I thought it was me they vote for. So, maybe I have this thing mixed up. Antigan people all, you know, the vibrations. Let me know the whole situation that is happening right now. But as what I heard right now is independent. So, let's take a listen to what's going on.
Taking a picture?
So, this is ASOT. Gaston is in the building, you know, campaigning. What are you saying there? Respect the man. Oh, you saying it disrespectful? Have some respect, he's saying. He said, have some respect. Now, guys, a little backstory to this from my understanding of this whole thing right there, guys. So, apparently, ASOT is one of the individuals who's always in the neighborhood. He's always there. This particular house that he has come to visit, I'm guessing, is one of the places that he normally goes. He normally goes to these places. And Gaston Brown is not familiar with these places from my understanding. He doesn't normally go there. He maybe goes there. If he does go there, it's not as much as ASOT tends to go there. And ASOT came to visit. Gaston Brown visiting right now, and Gaston, it's like Gaston is telling him to come out there. It's disrespectful. But how can you tell a man who is coming into his constituency, his people are there, and you telling the man to leave when it is his people that are there? Interesting stuff. So everybody start to film. So So from my understanding in what was being stated right there, apparently it seems like the woman who is, I guess, the owner of the house wanted ASOT to come in and Gaston to go out. That's from my understanding of what took place there. And Gaston was like, he's still not leaving. So Gaston is saying, you coming in my presence. Who are you? Who are you? You coming in your presence? That's why I probably would not be a good political person, you know, guys. Because if I was a political parliamentary representative, if he guys going to fight, he guys will break out. He guys go break out.
I'll thump you in the face, okay?
Look at Gaston then telling him he's going to thump him in his face.
You shall record him saying that. If you come in my space, I'll thump you in the face.
But you in the man's space, that's where the man normally goes. Gaston, you that in the man's space, you saying if the man come in your space. You in the man's space and he tried to. It's like somebody coming in your house. And because you wasn't there, you come inside your house now. The person in that visit in your house telling you they're going to thump you if you come in their space, even though it's your house. That is something else.
Okay, great. Say it again. One more time. One more time for the leader. One more time for the camera. One more time for the leader.
So these are the two angles right there. But ASOT, I suspect ASOT is not probably a band that like to fight, so.
I'm not in your house.
What do you say?
I'm not in your house.
I'm not in your house. Is ASOT scared or something? Oh, I think she's then telling. You see, like I mentioned. I think she said, come here. I think she telling ASOT to come.
I would love you to talk with
Hold on, guys.
I would love
You come here. So I guess she's telling him to come. And then Gaston decide them to leave in.
I would love you to talk with
But who Gaston think he is now? Who them people think they is now? That is definitely scary people.
The kind of wealth that
Oh yeah, so this is ASOT, by the way, guys. This is the guy right there.
the kind of wealth that Gaston
And he's talking about Gaston Brown.
Brown now boasts to a nation concerned that such wealth could only come
Look, guys, what he's gonna say, picture scary. Those Dominicans, there's a lot of Dominicans in Antigua. This is why I don't know. But listen to what he's saying and see if you can pinpoint what he's saying to be the same thing that Skerritt is doing.
from the abuse of office for private gain. In the last 8 years, where did he get it from? He actually said that he had $30 million at the time he entered government. But the credibility of that claim is destroyed by the evidence. His own checks were bouncing all over the place while we struggled. We struggled in opposition. Where did he get this wealth from all of a sudden?
So ASOT seems to be they were with each other. Maybe that would explain that whole situation there. They were best friends. It seems like ASOT fed up of the corruption that Gaston is bringing and decided to stand up. And as a result of standing up, I remember there was some whole hoopla happening and Gaston do like him again.
Gaston Brown is the single largest beneficiary of my political capital within the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party. Derived from my family's legacy.
I heard that Gaston got how much $1 million from his from ASOT's mother, some kind of thing, and then he wanted some more again, and then got some from him himself. So
as the foundation pillars of the party. It was that political capital that I leveraged to rally the base of the party against my own surrogate father, Sir Lester Bryant Bird. And this was done so that Gaston Brown could emerge as the party's political leader and subsequently Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda. Motivated by what was in the best interest of the party and the nation of...
Some of all you motivated by what is the best interest of the party. What best interest? That party is what is in the best interest for the people. This is why I like St. Kitts. This is why I like Grenada. They are motivated by the interest of the people. Not talking about interest of which party. I know sometimes even Keith Mitchell was getting a little carried away with party, and then the previous administrator individual, from my understanding, was trying to do something like what Scary them was trying to do. But they were motivated by the interest of the people. The ones who are there now, they are motivated by the ones who interest of the people. Even when one of the Chinese individuals tried to give a gift of $10,000 and some additional items and whatnot, they opened it in front of each other to avoid the very thought of corruption. I read this letter for you guys yesterday, I believe it is, or the day before, whichever. Check out the previous reaction video.
as a whole.
And it's interesting if you're looking at this thing, they are motivated by the interest of the party, not by the interest of the people. When you have people like that coming in, you expect them to do better for them, for people. You don't think the Caribbean could have been much better off than how it is today? The Caribbean have been much better off. And look at the places that are actually doing things for the people. They are much far advanced than the other Caribbean countries. St. Kitts is one of them. St. Kitts just recently give their people what do you call that again? CBI, a piece of cake in the CBI. They give them some monies from the CBI. Even Dominicans were beneficiaries in that as well. Dominicans living in St. Kitts were beneficiaries in the St. Kitts CBI thing. What Dominica getting now? We at Dominica have how much? $4.3 billion outside of Dominica. Anyways, Dominica we focus in Antigua. Let's continue.
I spent millions and worked tirelessly to make it happen. Tirelessly, day and night. And today...
You want to thump you down.
Today, the promoter of entrepreneurial socialism and empowerment, capitalism, for his family, his friends, his cronies, the man who helped himself to a multi-million-dollar farm and numerous assets in the name of family members since 2014.
And you were the ones who helped them. You were the ones who helped them, bro, with your family's money. You steady that. And I heard that Gaston Brown hasn't paid them back yet. Okay.
While he directed discrimination against St. Peter's and his constituents is obsessed with cancelling me of all people, me, ASOT A. Michael, who was born into the Labour Party, who believed in you, Gaston, supported and elevated you like Judas, you betrayed me.
Well, you betrayed yourself by supporting somebody who you saw was not doing well. And it's very interesting that you saw this happening previously and only still went and gave him more money. So I blame you as well. He should thump you down for real. Because you are the ones, just like the people saying, boy, labor rights saying, boy, we need to change the government. But you were the ones who helped put him there in the first place. And some of them saying that they don't want to vote. Boy, you put the man there causing chaos in Dominica and you come in and say you don't vote in next election.
And the people of this nation, sadly for you, you will not hijack the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party, which is built on years of hard work and integrity.
But he has hijacked it already. He has. I mean, when Gaston going around and literally on video you seeing him giving people money, he has hijacked it already. That is bribery and cheating. You mean to tell me nobody in the courts is the same thing as Dominica happening in Antigua? And we expect some change to happen. We expect elevation. At least Antigua have some tourism. What Dominica have? We say quick.
And I, ASOT A. Michael, will continue to serve the people of this country, the nation, independent or otherwise, as I am, for man of the people and on behalf of the people. I will continue my national service, for I'm a patriotic man who loves this country.
No, you don't think for the party. You gave money to Gaston in the interest of the party, not for the people. So I don't understand what you're saying there right now. I mean, I side with you on your basis of what you're saying and what have you, but your actions, your previous actions says why you are in the predicament you are in today. Gaston has taken advantage of you for what you have done. What your family, your adopted family, legacy, whatever they're calling that, what they have done.
He wants to thump me in my face because I'm in his personal space, a space and the residence of a constituent of St. Peter that he has never ever visited in his life before.
So he come in your constituency. I want to thump you down in your own constituency. But that is bravery, we.
Where I spend time regularly, meaning in the mind of a tyrannical dictator, the country and everything in it now belong to Gaston.
Well, you are the one who helped it to reach there. That is the problem I have with people, you know. They allow things to happen and things happening and it's too far gone. And then they try to bring it back. But you are the ones who saw these things happening and you chose not to do anything about it until it's too late.
How can that be right?
It's not.
My late mother gave a loan of $200,000 US.
$200,000 US.
Years ago, for refrigeration and air conditioning at his South Mall when he was supposed to be making these millions. And to date, this same Gaston Brown has not paid her back a cent.
That's what I was just saying a while ago. So I guess the person who told me this information, they were correct.
His brand of good governance entitled him to do that. Come on, PM. As Prime Minister in 2015, he approached me while on my sick bed at Mayo Clinic in the United States to release television equipment that was owned for my company, Caribbean Times Limited, to Antigua BrBpTV service, ABS-TV. He then used a company called COVID Limited, a company owned by one of his family members, Osagorix, to fraudulently request and receive a payment of approximately $150,000 US.
So that's in total of $350,000 that they've taken from you guys? $200,000 from your mama and from your company $150,000 US? That means you guys allowed it to happen to you?
From the treasury of this country, the equipment that he did not own, never did. He said there was nothing wrong with that. He told me that because I didn't need the money. His brand of good governance, integrity.
Maybe I do.
From the treasury of this country, family members or Osagorix, to fraudulently request and receive a payment of approximately $150,000 US from the treasury of this country.
From the treasury, okay. I think it was from why you mentioned is this?
He approached me while on my sick bed at Mayo Clinic in the United States to release television equipment that was owned for my company, Caribbean Times Limited.
Oh, so they took television equipment from his company and they paid it through the treasury, I'm guessing.
The Antigua BrBpTV service, ABS-TV. He then used a company called COVID Limited, a company owned by one of his family members, Osagorix, to fraudulently request and receive a payment of approximately $150,000 US from the treasury of this country. The equipment that he did not own, never did. He said there was nothing wrong with that. He told me that because I didn't need the money. His brand of good governance.
Because you didn't need the money, so he took money from you and you gave it to him.
Integrity entitled him to do that. But this act of grand theft is a much bigger scandal than the alleged overpriced purchase of 2 steel frame buildings for less than $52,000 years ago for the construction of the Otters Comprehensive School.
Does all what he's saying there sound like it's beneficial to the people? Kind of reminds you of Dominica, doesn't it? The government is spending all kind of money and even taking out tax from the rich. Taking out fees from the rich so that the rich can come into Dominica. Luxury cruise coming into Dominica. Tax-free fees. They don't have to pay any fees. Come in to do what? To deplete the money from the people so that he can probably mingle with his other rich friends in the neighborhood. You think that is as a benefit to the people? You think? No? Oh, okay. Doesn't that sound like the same thing happening in Antigua?
Purchased from the late Morris Michael, for which Sir George Walter was jailed. He was jailed and imprisoned at Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party on February 1st, 1979. But in the spirit of good governance, we must ask ourselves, who are the real beneficial owners of the 25% shareholding of Weston's Oil under the name of Fancy Bridge Limited?
Oh, Weston is oil. Who have 25%, and who in Dominica owes them? Who in Dominica owes a lot of money? Ha! Boy.
Mr. Zhao, who's now currently serving jail time in China. Who are the beneficial owners of his BVI company? Who are the local investors that purchased 30% of Jolly Beach Hotel? Why didn't the Prime Minister answer that question in Parliament when the leader of the opposition, Mr. Pringle, asked him a few weeks ago? Tell us who they are. What else does Antigua and Barbuda need to know about Gaston Brown?
Does that sound like the interests of the people? And the funny thing is, people will still go back and vote for these people thinking that that is the interest of the people. Well, they're not really, they're hoping. They're hoping, like laborites in Dominica. Hoping for things to happen. When they're taking these monies that could be going to the people and using it for themselves. I mean, look at Skerrit now. Look at Skerrit. Where's Skerrit getting all that money to do those kind of things there? You think his salary can make him build all those mansions he built in Dominica there? You think his salary doing that? You think that is in the interest of the people for him to build mansions? They stayed there and build a palace. Not a palace, no, what they call that? The White House in Dominica. For one man and his wife to stay there. And you know what they were portraying it as? They said tourism. You remember when they were building the White House? So instead of building the hospital, they built a White House. Hey, but look, but that's something else, boy. They built a White House in Dominica. That look like the interest of the people, and they tell the people it's a tourism attraction. Which tourists that passing and see White House in Dominica?
Administration's relationship with the, and I say, as a question, the Odebrecht, in respect of which Ambassador Castro James is still, I understand, under house arrest in Miami. There have been allegations. So the concoction of lies and deception and slander against ASOT Michael is Gaston Brown's way of using me to trick the people of Antigua and Barbuda into believing he is fearless, righteous, and just.
Yep.
He's a leader committed to preventing corruption. He's lily white at all.
That's something I noticed the leaders always saying. They are against corruption while they themselves are involved in corruption. So it's good to tell the people that we are fighting corruption and make you believe that, hey, these guys are fighting corruption. That means they cannot never be involved in corruption, even though there's ample evidence out there pointing them directly to corruption. Dominica is missing $4.3 billion. There's a number of monies disappearing all over, even in Kalinago territory, I heard recently. Kalinago territory, money is just disappearing. Monies that could be used to actually help the people, they're just disappearing. And then the people themselves voting for the very people who are supposed to be in charge of these monies that are disappearing. But that is something else, boy. It's the same thing you've seen in Antigua. And guess what? Gaston and Skerrit are best friends. Birds of a feather, not true. They will always flock together.
Of course, in protecting the public interest. But in truth and in fact, Gaston Brown is a brutal dictator. He is going after...
Isn't that what the people have been saying about Skerrit too?
After me, not because his shortcomings are any better than mine.
I mean, the mere fact the man coming in your constituency and telling you in a place that you regularly frequent, he telling you he going to thump you down. But that is gutsy, boy. That is gutsy.
But because in fighting to bring me down, he expects to gain credibility for the fake good governance posturing that he has engaged as step one in the establishment of his dictatorship in Antigua and Barbuda. The events to come for the people of this country, this blessed land, are casting their shadows. Dictators destroy freedom and democracy, and they brutalize people.
And they have a new world order where people will own nothing. So they give all your houses, They give your children things to go to school. So you yourself believe is only reliant on the government. And you think that is a good thing, not knowing that your freedom is being stripped away from under you. Hey, they give me free school, they give me free bus, they give me free lunch, they give me free things, they free housing, they give me free money. It sounds nice, not true? Everything has a price. And sometimes that price is you. But you don't take my freedom from me, no? That's your business. I'm just here to tell all you. And if only want to continue, that is all your business. But nobody can strip my freedom. No. We going under Higas. Break the glass. Fire and thunder.
Into dependence and hopelessness for their corrupt personal gain. Gaston Brown has no respect for the people of Antigua and Barbuda.
Just like Scared has no respect for the people of Dominica. I remember Scared come on stage but that is boldness, we boy. Scared come on stage and tell the people he can fly his children out for medical health. And then he turn around and ask them, what about you? But that is good. That is a kind of God sweet to have. The people you put in position to do things for the very thing they're asking you, what about you? As if you didn't put them in positions to do the very thing that they're asking you about. Hey, that is something else. See? Scary telling the labor right people that I can fly my people out. But what about you? So who's supposed to take care of them? Who's supposed to do things for them? And that is what the people put them in positions to do. The healthcare fraternity, the growth sectors of Dominica, the different sectors, medicals is one of them. The prime minister of the country asking his citizens, what about you? Boy, that is something else. That is God's sweet boy. They don't care about you. When Reginald can come in Grand Bay and talk about the $500,000 that just disappear and say he don't care, and the Grand Bay people clapping me, boy. Boy, I tell you, boy.
Barbuda. He's destroyed.
Guys, we cannot bring that into 2023, no? We cannot bring that into 2023. I mean, leave your dirty ways behind. Leave that behind, father.
The Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party. And as far as he's concerned, the people exist only to be exploited and abused by him.
Same thing is
for
scary.
his personal benefit. If you don't agree with him, he'll publicly crucify you.
Isn't that what is happening? Isn't that what they tried to do, Lennox? And Lennox was the one who's literally bringing information. Isn't that what they tried to do, Dr. Thompson Fountain? Bringing the man to court for incitement. And the only person on record stating that incitement is scary, telling people if they come on your doorstep to throw hot water on them. You're telling the people to act on violence. When the man was in the radio station, you bring the man to court for incitement. Boy.
With hate speeches in the most offensive language and ensure that you do not progress in your country.
Doesn't that sound like Scared? Doesn't that sound like Scared? I asked a partner, he's 44 years, 41 or 44 years. I asked the partner, so what have you done? He's a labor right. I asked him, what have you accomplished? The boy say, bro, nothing now. But you going on campaign? Bro, nothing now. You have a house, you have a little shack, you have a little land, nothing. Bro, nothing now.
Look at how he treated the Liat workers, cursed them, even colleague prime ministers, Mia Motley, Ralph Gonzalez and others. And in this fight that Gaston Brown has picked with me, I stand firmly against one-man rule in Antigua and Barbuda.
Doesn't that sound like what the opposition has been saying, the one-man rule? When the Prime Minister admitted, and it's funny, Dominica, I tell you, look at the same situations happening in Antigua and Dominica, and Gaston and Scared are close. Scared coming on stage and telling the people that the parliamentary representatives wanted to do things in their society, in their different districts. They wanted to do, but he's the big bad wolf who prevented them from doing. He didn't fire himself, He didn't fire himself. Election call again, and you know what he was doing? He was blaming the same power reps. He blaming them, telling them about they don't do nothing in the community and they're lazy and they'll be fired. That is a level of bipolarism. I wonder if you're blaming yourself in 2019 and coming in 2022 and you're blaming the very people. Yeah, but let me continue.
I stand firmly against the denial of the people's right to choose their own representatives. I stand firmly against the corrupt control of the resources of Antigua and Barbuda.
Well, that's nice that you stand in. That's nice that you stand in. But you are equally to blame for the very situation that is happening in Antigua. You are the ones who gave Gaston Brown money. Your family gave him money for him to be able to stand up, for him to be able to do the craziness that he's doing now. It seems like power has gotten in his head, just like Brother Boy. Well, I understand why he kicked the fan out from the stage. I understand that. I understand the other one was trying to hold his hand and take his thing on his hand. I understand the situations there. So from the eyesight of it, I understand. But sometimes power can go up in your head. And when you feel you have reached the people in such a way where they are dependent on you now because you know that you kill the economy, making the people then be dependent on you to supply their basic needs. And it's a hell of a thing when as a man you cannot supply the basic needs for your family. So you have to resort to another man. That's why the man can just come in your house and take your daughter and take your wife. I've heard this kind of complaints. Have you guys not heard these complaints in Dominica? Where pal reps are going behind people's wives and their daughters. Anyways, guys, I'll post that link in the description below if you want to check out the full thing right there. Let me know your thoughts in this regard. Is it just me that thinking, oh, maybe it's just it's Mystelics that have won? No, man. But you can. What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below about what you were saying right there and how it relates to Dominica. You think it's they share the same sentiment in Dominica right there? Hopefully, they take out Gaston Brown from Antigua. Although Gaston Brown is not doing too bad in Antigua when it comes down to things, he's getting for himself and then still doing craziness at the same time. But hopefully something happens, man. We need to get these people out because they have been staying there too long. If my own cousin, I wanted to get out. Well, my older cousin has gone. My younger cousin is back in. But it's still get out the old man and bring in the new, and not just bringing in new. The new must have a level of understanding or level of morality to them, or it's utter chaos that will come in. Some people want to say, "Oh, bring in the youth, bring in the youth." Yes, bring in the youth. But does the youth have common sense? I see somebody, I was going to call some names, but I saw somebody in the candidates of the DLP team in Dominica, and you were wondering if the DLP, that is the best choice that you get? The best? Nah, man. Joke you making. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in this regard. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. Don't forget to check out the previous reaction video I did today. And of course, I'll definitely get to see you guys in the next reaction video. Give this video a thumbs up. I would really understand that. And like I said before, guys, subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can be notified. You'll be notified when I drop my videos right there. And then I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Military!